I took nicotinamide riboside for over 1 year. And you see, I have 4 bottles here, they are empty. I still have 2 in my kitchen. But I stopped recently for 1 month and then I continued to do it again. I hopped back on nicotinamide riboside. Why I did that, what were my experiences with it, what effects did it have on me, and also maybe explaining a bit what is it actually really about, because most of the times I saw this thing on YouTube, it was really kind of explained. I mean, I maybe have a stupid monkey brain, I don't understand it well enough because I'm not a scientist, I'm not super intelligent, I'm just a normal dude. So I want to explain it also for normal people, to who are not that super deep into this science community, to know and understand how it might work. And please check on me if you think what I'm saying doesn't make any sense. It's just from my point of view how I understand it. All right, then let's start. Basically, why do people even take NR, so nicotinamide riboside, or NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide? Why do they even take it? Well, basically, it all comes down to having more energy. Now, there's also some people who take it for different reasons. Most people take it for the energy part. Then there's some people, like for example, some women take it to be more fertile because they have difficulty getting pregnant. Then there's people who take it to reverse their hair color back to their original hair color because they have gray hairs. So there's different reasons why you might take it, because it plays into a lot of stuff in our body, even also for metabolism, like having a faster metabolism, losing weight, or muscle regeneration, faster muscle regeneration, right? These are reasons why people might take it. But why most people take it is basically just having higher energy levels. So let me show you how NMN and NR is being used in our body. Basically, it's all about having higher energy levels, as I said. Of course, there's a lot of different stuff that the NMN and NR is also doing and contributing to, but I'm gonna focus on the energy part. So the way this works is we have cells in our body, right? And these cells generate something that we call ATP, and ATP is actually the energy currency in our body. It is used for everything and all the functions, and if you move your arms and you go train and everything, you need this ATP. It is the energy that our body uses to move. Okay, so and if cells are producing this ATP, what the cells need, like the cells is essentially like the motor in a car. And what does the motor need? It needs fuel, right, to create this energy. So for the cells, this fuel would be not only, but especially NAD+. Okay? So the cells need NAD+ to create energy, which is ATP. And in order to create NAD+, the body needs NMN. And in order to create NMN, the body needs NR. Well, you see, it's basically a chain. It's a pathway, they call it, and in between these things, in between those paths are also enzymes and, processes that convert the one to the other, okay? So, and where is actually NR, NMN coming from if I don't supplement it? Well, basically, they come from niacin and nicotinamide. Okay, and nicotinamide and niacin, if you're a normal person, you also don't know what it is. You basically get this from vitamin B3, right? So this is coming from vitamin B3, which is again coming from fruits, milk, veggies, and meat. So if our goal of all of this is obviously to get more ATP, why don't we just basically supplement this? We can't, because it's not stable enough. So you would eat it or inject it and it would break down. Your body couldn't really use it. This is why, unfortunately, we can't use ATP as a supplementation. So I guess we have to go a step back. So we go from the cell, which is the motor, to NAD+. And yes, there's people who actually supplement NAD+ in a form especially of injecting it into their veins. But here the controversy is that the NAD+ molecules that are needed in the cells to create ATP, the energy currency of our body, if you would supplement it, the molecules supposedly are too big to enter the cells. Now, it's again controversial because some people still inject it, maybe supplement it, and especially I know it from people who inject it, who put it into their scalp to make the hair regrow. Some people say it helps, other people say it doesn't help at all. It seems to be very controversial here again. I guess it depends on the body. I don't know. And then again, of course, you wouldn't want to always need to inject some stuff into your body. Then, what would be the next step? The next step would be NMN. And NMN is something that a lot of people do actually supplement. But here also is the controversy that, everything of this is controversial, right? But as my stupid monkey brain understood and what I have read is basically that the NMN is also too big of a molecule to be really seriously used good enough by the body to enter the cells so that it can be converted into ATP. So we have again the same issue here, that the molecule is too big to enter the cells, and that if you supplement it orally, that it's also not bioavailable enough and it gets broken down too quick in your stomach. Well, that's the thing with NMN, but as I say, there's for sure still people where it helps them. Maybe not, I don't know. I guess you could comment and let me know. Then there is NR, and NR, this is something that I take. The thing here is obviously we are already like 2-3 steps behind the energy creation of ATP. But here the thing is that it is supposedly small enough to enter the cells directly. Its bioavailability is good enough to be used by the body. This means in the end that it can enter the cells, it can be used to be converted into NMN, and then into NAD+, and then into ATP. So this would be the thing that I took for over 1 year. Now you would say, okay, well, why do I really need to supplement it if I could just eat more fruits, milk, veggies, and meat to get more vitamin B3, which is niacin and nicotinamide? Well, you could do that, but then the problem is with niacin and nicotinamide is that they use a different pathway. So you could imagine is there's the body uses for all these stuff, uses different ways to convert it into something else. And if the body gets niacin and nicotinamide, it needs to use the pathway that goes via NAMPT to convert it into NMN. And NAMPD is actually declining with age. So the way is you get older and you have less of this, which is basically hindering you to convert more of the niacin nicotinamide into NMN. This is why you might not wanna go with this route. You might wanna actually use NR, for example, or NMN if it helps you, or I don't know, even NAD plus, to skip this step which basically is dependent on things that you can't really influence because you age and you have less of it, and thus you can't convert more of niacin and nicotinamide into NMN. So you want to use NR or NMN or NAD plus even, I don't know, whatever works for you, to have this conversion circle into ATP. And that's why we have all these different supplements. You know, some people say, oh, this works better or that works better. I guess you have to see for yourself what works best for you. But for me, honestly, I haven't even tried NMN, and I also have not tried NAD+. I have only tried Nicotinamide Riboside with the Tru Niagen Brand. And yeah, for me, honestly, I have taken this 1 year. I just hopped on the train. This was a hype train. I guess it still is. It's really expensive, and I thought, man, this is so expensive. It must do something, right? Because it's an expensive supplement, right? And I just hopped in on it on the hype. What I just explained to you, I didn't even understand. I just thought, okay, it helps. Let me try it out because it's so expensive. You know, it must do something, right? And I tried a lot of other supplements also. I take zinc and magnesium and vitamin D3 and, you know, so it's not the only thing I take. It was also not my first experience with supplementation. But this stuff, all right, I don't know how I would explain it, but basically it's like like caffeine, right? But not in a sense that it spikes you, you know. Let me remove actually all this stuff here. So if I would explain this, it's like caffeine is like this, right? And then you drop. But this is like if this is your base energy level, and now you take NR. For me, it was NR. Maybe if you take NMN or something else, it does the same to you. So then, if this was my base energy level, then taking NR would be what happened. What for me was I basically take a step higher. So it's like I feel like I'm 10 years, 15 years younger, and I just have this endurance to go longer, the power. Just I feel it in the gym, I feel it the whole day. It's like I don't have these lows where I'm just laying on the couch and unable to do anything, and I'm just, you know, no power anymore. With NR, I feel like I have basically more power. I feel like I'm 10, 15 years younger. And, you know, when you're this age, you can do anything all the time, always, you know. And I feel like I have just this base energy level is considerably higher, right? Like this base energy level just goes up, and I feel just better, much better, and I have much more energy and endurance. I feel it in the gym. I feel it in my everyday. I feel it when I go to sleep. It's just, I feel better. I have much more energy. And that's about it, you know. That's really what it comes down to for me personally. Now, there's other stuff that people also say it helps them with. What I can confirm, because just recently I stopped taking it for 1 month. And I realized really what the differences were. But basically, I feel like it makes your metabolism faster, right? So you basically are more lean. That's also what I felt. And also muscle regeneration, really, that I really noticed. I'm like a gym goer. I go into gym since 17 years. And when I take NR, I don't feel really like I have sore muscles. So there's a bit of soreness, but it's by no means comparable to what I have on muscle soreness if I don't take NR. If I don't take it, I feel like the soreness is much heavier, much longer, much stronger of the muscles. If I take it, I feel like really small. Even if I really go hard in the gym, it's really not comparable to if I don't take it. And yeah, that's basically it. More energy. The baseline of energy is just higher. You feel like 15, 20 years younger. Uh, Muscle regeneration, no soreness in the gym, much more endurance in the gym, much more power. I feel like, yeah, this too. And also metabolism, faster. For me personally, really faster. These are the three things that I really noticed. Now, that there are people who take it for other stuff, like I said. For example, they want to be more fertile, or they want to reverse, as I said, their hair color back to their normal hair color. Me, for example, I'm in my mid-30s, and as you can see, looks pretty black to me still, right? As even people saying I color my hair because the people who know me, because I'm in my mid-30s and I have no gray hair really, right? So it might be just that it's like that for me genetically, but maybe also the NR was helping here. Maybe not. But in any case, I just feel better. That's what it's come down to. That it's what it's coming down to. I really feel a lot better, more power, more energy, and that's really it, right? So, would I recommend it? I mean, I guess it depends on you, man. If you feel like you have low energy, like I actually did, then you might try it, but be aware this is really an expensive supplement. Well, actually, this brand is really expensive, Tru Niagen. If you want to take another brand, try with another brand. Like, I won't recommend any brands here. I just share my experience with Tru Niagen Nicotinamide Riboside, but I believe the other brands will also have some sort of effect if they really do the same stuff. So you have to try for yourself if it helps or not. As I said, I am not a scientist. I can't really guarantee anything here. And even scientists are really undecisive about this supplement. So, but for me, it really helped. And I have noticed it, especially when I stopped taking it. Man, this was really, it hit me like a truck. When I stopped taking it, like this was 1 month ago, 1.5 months ago, so I was like, man, this supplement is so expensive. What if I just stopped taking it? I mean, what would happen, right? And then, man, what happened is I crashed hard. And this is the other side, actually. When you research about this, there's information, like in mice studies, that the mice who took it, they had really better, more energy when they were taking it. But when they got off of it, they get lower energy than the ones who never took it. So it seems like some sort of dependency that you build. But who knows, really? For me, I took it so long again already that I didn't know if this was before my average energy level or the energy level I should have for my age, or it was because I was dependent on the stuff and then my body just crashed. I don't know. But man, I was so deep. Like I would just lay on the couch and I was like not able to do much. Obviously, I would still go to work and do my task and everything, but going to the gym was so hard for me. I didn't have the energy to do it, especially after a day of work. It was like, oh man, I really noticed it. It's like so crazy. Such a big difference for me. And I thought, okay, maybe if some time passes, then maybe I will get back to it, right? No, forget it, man. I mean, I maybe got a bit better, but I still notice, man, the difference is huge. And then I start taking it again, and even after 1 day, I already noticed like, okay, it's kicking back in again. So really, I guess it depends on you, on your body, and if you want to take the chance, just realize you could actually get dependent on it, okay? Because it it's such a difference. If it really works on you, it's such a big difference. Just watch out, okay? It will really help you a lot, but then you need to realize this is not a cheap supplement. Maybe there's some cheaper versions of it, but then maybe try begin with this one before you go with the expensive ones, because then you will have to have the financial stability to basically use the supplement. And obviously there's a lot of rumors about side effects regarding even going to cancer. Well, if you research about this, it has to do with the fact that the energy that it provides you basically is also protecting you against cancers. But once the cancer gets the chance to break in somewhere in your body and start forming, then the cancer uses this energy basically to grow faster. So it's a two-sided sword, right? So you have the extra protection and everything against these kind of things, but once the cancer comes in, it uses this extra energy for itself. That's the hypothesis, but if it's really like that, I can't tell you. That's just what my stupid monkey brain was reading and understanding about this stuff. In any case, you have to decide for yourself if it helps you or not. For me personally, it made a really big difference. But as I said, this might be a two-sided sword, not just because of the things that I just said in a second before, but also because this stuff costs a lot and it's an extra supplement that you take. It's not really researched that well, and it's really controversial. And you don't know if you actually really make your body dependent on it or not. Yeah, and who knows what it really does long term. For me, so far, after 1 year, I can say it helped really a lot. But the dependency stuff, I am not that sure about it. But I'm gonna take the chance and still continue to take it because I feel so great with it. And that's it.